So we did the MMA industry, and we chose the UFC. So the UFC is a monopoly because they have approximately 90% of the market share. Their product is unique because they have different fighters and fights than any other MMA company. The barriers to entry are high. There's high startup costs. It takes a while to grow and get the brand recognition, so it's hard to enter into the industry. Since they're a monopoly, they're obviously price makers, and the non-price competition in this industry is advertising, press conferences, weigh-ins, YouTube videos, announcers, stuff like that, just to get their fights out there and so people hear about them.
The costs that this industry sees are fixed costs like fighter salaries, executive salaries, management salaries, and fighters' insurance. Some of the variable costs they see are medical expenses, event bonuses, production costs, and location costs. The main source of their revenue would be pay-per-view sales, live gate sales, broadcasting rights deal with Fox, reportedly bringing in $90 million per year.
As of right now, the UFC is most definitely experiencing a large economic profit. But there was recently a change in ownership, so with that change in ownership, potentially come some changes.
We came up with some theoretical changes that the new ownership could make. Under the new ownership, the UFC owners could get rid of certain rules and regulations in order to bring the sport away from a more technical state to a more primal one. The idea behind this would be to appeal to a broader fan base. However, these new changes theoretically would be more ruthless and aggressive and less structured. With these changes, theoretically, the tastes and preferences of the consumers would remain the same, preferring more structured rules. Therefore, the demand curve would shift left due to a change to less structured rules. This would mean that consumers didn't respond as positively to the new rules as predicted. A larger fan base was not found. However, the UFC would still experience an economic profit. As you can see on the new demand curve D2, the yellow point represents their less economic profit from their original point A, but it's still above the average total cost curve, so they're still experiencing a economic profit.